What's up, my gorgeous, glizzy, gurgling gamers? When you think of sports games, you immediately think of something like FIFA that's directly tied to an actual sport, but I find off-the-wall sports games to be more fun.
That was actually my twin brother reading the intro, but you probably didn't even notice. So with the loosest possible definition, here are the top 5 free sports games on Steam you don't know about. Crab Game is a first-person multiplayer battle royale game where you play in various mini-games. Yep, it's Squid Game. Like the show, there are several different games you play. Some are related to the show, but most are made specifically for the game.
Get him, boys.
The games are easy to understand but challenging because of the inherent randomness that comes with playing with a bunch of other online players.
Back the fuck up! I'll knock the fuck out you.
You can parkour around levels, and there's a hit button meant for certain minigames but can also be used to troll people. Most of the games are absolute chaos because you're trying to accomplish a goal but also screw over other people so you have a better chance at making it to the next round. On top of the randomness, there's proximity voice chat, which brings back the chaos of the Call of Duty lobbies, making every lobby a meme. The biggest flaw with the game is the wait time between matches, cause you can't see how far along a game is until you join the server. This means if you get out early or are trying to find a new game, you have to server hop until you can find a game that's almost done, which is kind of frustrating. There really isn't a bad minigame cause they all bring about distrust and the desire to screw someone over that Squid Game captures so well. If you're looking for a frantic battle royale game with hilarious yet tense minigames, then I recommend Crab Game. Goofballs is a physics-based soccer game where players compete to score the most goals in various arenas. You pick from a few different characters. Just so you know who to vote for, I'm always the Jigglypuff looking one. Then you pick your game mode, which determines how often the arena switches and what kind of balls spawn in. You can nudge, which is a tiny hit, dash, which is a faster hit, jump, and ground pound, which launches the ball and other players into the air. The game is really meant to be played with friends since it supports up to 4 players, but I don't really have friends, so I was stuck playing with the easy-to-beat AI.
Around me are familiar faces.
I wouldn't recommend playing alone, but I could see how getting a group of friends to play together could be fun. The various arenas have different surfaces and hazards, while the ball type changes up the physics of the hits. This keeps the game from being too repetitive, as there's tons of combinations to shake up the gameplay. If you're looking for your next chaotic party game to play with friends, then I recommend Goofballs. Axiom Soccer is an online multiplayer vehicular soccer game that combines driving with shooting for an all-new soccer experience. Players compete in 2v2 matches in drone-like vehicles that hover around the arena. You can dash and fly around to try and position yourself effectively. You're armed with your gun that has 2 different ammo types. The first is a regular shot that has decent range and can be fired quickly, while the other ammo type launches the ball a lot further but can only be used at close range and has a cooldown timer. Lastly, you have a shield that allows you to push the ball, which is effective on defense, but you can't shoot while you're using it. Games are really frantic as players are constantly shooting at the ball and trying to outposition one another. The arena plays a big role in matches, as in each corner of the map there are bumpers that will launch the ball if it touches them. Each team has an AI goalie as well that's pretty hard to get past unless you have an unpredictable shot. If you're looking for an online vehicular car soccer game centered around shooting, then I recommend Axiom Soccer. Dark Roll Free Kick Challenge is a soccer game where you play as an orb competing in various free kick game modes. Your orb can move and jump to hit the ball, but the timing to get proper placement is deceptively hard.
Bitch!
Starting with the single player, there's a free kick mode where the ball is placed in random locations and you have to score. Then there's the penalty kick mode, which is the same thing but from the penalty spot every time. The ball will bounce during some shots, adding an extra layer to the timing. Lastly, Goal Defender has you play as a goalie defending the net from oncoming kicks. You unlock different orbs just by playing the game, and each of them have different stats that significantly affect their size, movement, and shot power. As for the multiplayer mode, you verse one other player in a series of free kicks where you alternate shooting and playing goalie against your opponent. If you're looking for a unique free kick game that's surprisingly challenging, then I recommend Dark Roll Free Kick Challenge. Flinger Tactics is a turn-based strategy soccer game where you fling your creatures in an attempt to score goals. The game is physics-based, so everything bounces off of each other, meaning you have to plan ahead. Each team's goal has 4 barriers blocking the ball from going in, but if the ball or an opposing player hits the barrier, it breaks, leaving an opening in the goal. You can also fling one of your players into the opposing team's net, and then next turn you're able to shoot yourself out of your net, which works well if a player is pushed up too far on the opponent's side, or can be used as a counterattack. The AI is fairly good, so it's a nice challenge even if you don't have someone else to play with. I did find a bug in the game where if you score on the last turn in overtime to tie it up, the team that scored first automatically wins for some reason instead of letting you do another turn.
You tripping, bro. You tripping.
But if you're looking for a simple strategic soccer game, then I recommend Flinger Tactics. One glizzy bonus game!
Need sucky sucky now, mommy.
Pool 2D Poolians is a top-down pool game you can play alone or in online multiplayer. You basically know what you're getting just from that description. It's just like 8-Ball Pool or the pool game people play on Game Pigeon. If you like pool, then I recommend Pool 2D Poolians. Those were the top 5 free sports games on Steam you didn't know about. I'll have my playlist of free Steam games you don't know about linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with this ongoing series.